guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Sharon. That is our channel name, How We Roll, and this is my husband Dan. Okay, couple months ago we did a couple videos and we were going to talk to you, we promised to talk to you guys about some really ridiculous examples of it's called ableism, or favoring someone who's abled over someone's unabled, or discrimination. I'm not sure what to call this. So you guys tell us in the comments once you've heard this story. So Dan was released from McGee in March of 2020. March of 2020. And in April of 2020, his power wheelchair came. They had fitted it for him right at the end of McGee, but there's a good lead time on making these chairs. So we didn't get it until then. About 6 weeks later, we started to have trouble with the attendant control. I'm going to take a picture of what we're talking about here and put it in the video. But what it is there are two controls on the chair. Dan can control it here. He has a joystick that he can push forward, push backwards, and so on. And there's also an attendant control that's a joystick style knob. So about 6 weeks in, the attendant control started getting really wonky. It would work sometimes, it would not work other times. It was kind of hanging off the back of the chair. It was a mess, bottom line. So we called the vendor that our insurance carrier told us to call. Called those guys. It took them about maybe a week to come out. Not horrible. They looked over the chair, said they needed to replace the attendant control, which, you could argue was crystal clear to anybody who looked at it, but, okay, they were going to replace that and they had to order the part. 3 weeks later, they called us to make the appointment. Now they've got the part. And then it took 2 weeks to get them back into the hotel to put the new part that they had ordered in. So it was like a month and a half process. Okay, in the meantime, Dan was in his manual chair, which he has no control over at all. And it, in general, is not as comfortable or as fitted to Dan as this one is. Okay, so 6 months into having the chair, I'm really enjoying having the chair. You guys have seen the videos of Dan practicing and things like that. It was out of commission for almost 2 months. We got it back. Dan had to reacclimate to it all over again because it was fairly early in the in the learning curve of how to run the thing, period. So flash forward to, was it about 5 months later, the exact same thing happened again with the attendant control. It was dangling, it was wonky, it wasn't doing what we wanted it to do, So I called them again, this time thinking that, well, this will be easier because they'll just bring it out and put it in. They'll order it, but they insisted on coming out and taking pictures of it. They were sending a technician who was not really a technician. He kind of was in the title, but he wasn't the guy that would actually fix it. And I kept saying to them, but we know what it is. It's exactly the same thing as last time. Can't you send a repairman out, throw this thing on the truck, and then if you don't have to use it, you can use it on somebody else or save it for us or, whatever. And I could not, for love or money, get out of this idea that they had to come and take pictures of it and then go back and order the part and then go through the whole almost 2 month process all over again. So we did it. We sucked it up. It was another 2 months out. Then it happened again. Okay, so this is probably a commentary on us being a little hard on this part, but we were still under warranty for this. So I called the guy and I'm like, look, this is number 3. This has happened 3 times. It looks exactly the same. And I'm begging him to just put the part on the truck, send the guy out and have him fix it. We were like, so we approached the insurance carrier and said, look, this is not working for us. Every time something happens, and it is the same thing happening repeatedly, Dan's out of the chair for 2 months. Like, how is that even possible? These chairs are, when you have certain limitation, these chairs are everything. They're everything in making things accessible. They're everything in getting out of the hotel. I can't say anything other than everything. And the insurance carrier said that they were the only ones approved by the warranty company. So that seemed fishy to me. So I called a half a dozen places in the area, all that would service Burlington County, which is where we are now in Mount Laurel. And I found half of them, or 3, would do per-mobile warranty repairs, no problem. So I call the carrier back and say, look, I found 3 places. I'm happy. I'm thinking, this is great. Maybe we can, get some degree of better service out of these guys. The insurance carrier, perfectly happy with the original vendor. Didn't mind very much that Dan would not be out of the chair for 2 months. And actually, I'm not worried about the length of the service or possibly even the incompetence of the service when you consider, this was our 3rd time with the same problem. Or, they were dedicated. They didn't want to hear about my 3 that were warranty certified. They wanted to stay with these people. And I was explaining that, they're coming out first, taking pictures and then going back and ordering the part. And the carrier actually responded that, well, yeah, we get that service for free. That they make 2 trips, but they don't bill, they don't bill them for the 1 trip. But that's preposterous because nothing is free. And those initial visits with some guy who can't fix the chair but takes pictures was free. Well, nothing's free. It's built into the overhead. I couldn't make a grown person, almost my age, understand this idea, that this was not free. They loved the idea that they would come out and look at it for free at the beginning. So that's a problem, right? The insurance carrier, they were used to dealing with this company. I imagine this company might be easy. Maybe they send out large print bills. I don't know what the deal was, why they liked them so much. So we went off the rails then. And when we do that, we pay for the bill. If we want to use a vendor, we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to do that. The insurance carrier is supposed to spearhead Dan's care. But we did it anyway because I'd had enough by then of this whole procedure and the inevitability of Dan being out of the chair again for 2 more months. So I found another vendor up in Middlesex County that extends their territory down to Burlington. Here's how they played out. We made an appointment in 3 days, and this is working around. We're not in the hotel all the time. We're going out, we're doing things. You guys have seen our other videos. They accommodated us, basically said, what day can we come this week? And it was 3 days later and they showed up. They took the chair with them. And I was a little put back by that at first. I was not, I didn't see the total picture yet. So they took the chair with them. Their argument there is that they have all the parts back at their shop. They have all the tools back at their shop. So their feeling is they should do the wheelchair repair back at their shop, that's more efficient. That's a fair argument when you consider it. So they came and picked it up on a Tuesday. We had it by the following Friday. It was repaired, it was detailed. They did a couple things that we didn't even ask them about, like the hand grips were worn on the back at the attendant control, replaced them, no charge. The chair looked brand new when we got it back, in addition to the repair being done. We got it back in 10 days, and Dan hopped right in it, and off he went. And it's shocking to me that it took us that long to get to a place where something that is integral to Dan, to his daily activities, to everything. It took us that long. None of us, and I say this all the time, Dan's going to be very exasperated, but none of us would accept that level of service for our cars. Am I right? You take your car to the dealer. You take the car to the repair guy. You want it in a day or two. And if it can't be done in a day or two, then you want a loaner. That's how, we have always been. And it boggles my mind that someone with this degree of dependency on this chair has to wait for almost 2 months to get it fixed. Hopefully it boggles your mind too, and I'm not just crazy, because I have ranted about this to everybody. Now we're happy. We have a vendor. He's done 2 repairs, same excellent service both times, less than 2 weeks from the time Dan's out of the chair to the time he's back in it. Can't say enough good things. I'm not using the names here, but if you happen to need really good wheelchair repair folks in the state of New Jersey, PM us and we will, or message us and we will send the information to you for the new guy. The old guys, forget about it. One other fast thing too, that is a piece of this, I think. A lot of Dan's nurses, you guys know Dan has nurses and aides around the clock. And so that's a significant number of people, coming and going. They all said, oh yeah, that's how it is with wheelchairs. It takes weeks. And I was like, well, why? Why does it take weeks? Why are all the vendors like this? And of course they're not all like that, first of all, which we found out. But people, I don't know, we almost named a new podcast channel, which we're still thinking about, a weird degree of complicity, because here was a situation that was pretty untenable for us. And the insurance carrier, the nursing staff, nursing management, they all thought, oh yeah, this is how this plays. And at some point, somebody's got to say no, and I don't think as abled people before the accident, we had no idea this kind of stuff goes on, and this is not the only example. We picked it to tell you about first because it's one of the most egregious of people just underestimating what this means. This is a very vulnerable population, and you would think we'd be doing better for them, and we're not. And it's in every level. So now we're in good shape. We're in good shape because we said no. At one point. I should also mention that the new place charged about a quarter of what the old place did for all that going back and forth and the free reconnaissance trips they were sending technicians out on. So, sorry for ranting at you. This has been one of my big things for the past couple years. But we have more examples of this, and I think that we have more abled folks watching our channel than disabled. But we should all know, this should be important to all of us, that this population gets service, because we never know when we're going to be a part of this population. We sure didn't. So, or a loved one or whatever. This is very far-reaching, these kind of ideas about the lack of service and lack of just consideration for people. Right? Do you have anything to add, honey? He thinks I talked enough. And that's okay, I probably did. So we're gonna sign off. If you like this kind of content, yeah. Are you saying that it's not fair? Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. So we have a few other examples of this we're going to be sprinkling in through the videos, because we think it's important that everybody knows what kind of shenanigans are going on here with this kind of stuff, and this, degree of complicity that we're seeing from insurance carriers and nursing, and certainly the wheelchair repair place itself is shocking. It really is. There's no other way to say it. Okay, so thank you very much for listening to my ranting. If you like this kind of content or are interested in this kind of content, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe, that helps us a lot with YouTube. And then it keeps you guys posted on, the latest goings on and all. So thanks very much again. We will see you in the next video.